It's for us a true game changer in a way that very quickly you can climb and you can traverse the streets. You know, when you think of London of 1868, you think of buildings that are much higher than what we had in the past and much wider because of the vehicles in the middle of the street. So it was key for us to make a tool that was, you know, for the player, that was natural, that was fun, that was fast, really true to the period, you know. Well, first of all, you can choose between Jacob and Evie whenever you're playing within the open world. So anything that you've seen in the demo that we have here, anything that you know, where you're thinking of activities to free up London, anything of those activities, you can play between the two. So if you want to play the entire thing as Evie, you can. In the main narrative sequences, we alternate between the two, depending on what the story is, and between, you know, how we want to make evolve the story. Between the two characters, you'll have a skill tree that's the same, that has the same functionality, but within Evie we have skills that are specifically about stealth, and for Jacob we have skills that are specifically about combat. Yeah, I mean, the one thing for us when we say that it's the first modern AC, you know, it changes the movement. It changes how dynamic the city is. When you look at a street, even in the demo right now, when you look at the street and you see all those vehicles, it goes fast. When you use the rope launcher, it goes fast. Everything moves. And, you know, within that kind of an understanding or within that kind of context, it changes the way the player is going to play Assassin's Creed. So, you know, within the past, one thing that we realized that the player were using a lot of fast travel. What we see in the game now is that people are driving to get to their place, and they get to experience different cities or a different part of the city, different districts. And so, you know, in all, like, the context changes the way the player is going to play. You know, one thing is fundamental about the franchise, obviously, is that constant battle between, you know, the assassin and Templars, and that's true. That's fundamental to the franchise, like I was saying. And so I don't want to get into too much details about what the storyline is, but one thing that you can think and I can tell you is that Jacob and Evie, they're born and raised assassin. Both of them, they will come into London for the first time the same way that the player is going to get into London. So they will get to explore London the same way like I was saying about the player. So, and then very quickly they will understand who's controlling London, and not necessarily in a good way. So, you know, from economical control, from medicine control, from you know, obviously factories control, and they will take down their targets one by one to obviously have at the end their the main target, the main Templar.